Angels Care Home Health, serving Hayes and the surrounding areas, is a Medicare-certified home health agency providing quality skilled nursing and restorative therapy services to patients in their homes.
They're polite. I mean, they just take the time for you.
Angels Care is there to help 24 hours a day, and all services are covered 100% by Medicare for patients who are eligible.
I like the Angels for what they've done for me.
Angels Care Home Health. We serve patients.
Eagle Community Television presents Community Connection with your host, Mike Cooper.
Hello and welcome again to Community Connection from Eagle Community Television. Thanks for watching. Thanks as always to the producer of our series, the man behind the camera and the software editing, Jeff Durrell.
And the jokester, you forgot to say.
Oh, I always forget that one little part of his
little
character, which we're trying to avoid, actually. We're in the offices of President at Fort Hays State University, Dr. Mirta Martin, as we look to the fall semester of 2016 with the President, as we begin with the challenges to the staff this year in the convocation.
To the staff and the faculty, it's, you know, there's an old adage that when times get tough, the tough get going. And this university, its people, don't get much tougher. They're resilient, they're kind, they're hardworking. Faculty and staff, they are. They put their heart and their soul in everything that they do. And during these tough economic times in the state, we're going to push forward. Coming, as you know, from a business background, I said to the faculty and the staff, and I've been telling them that when there's an economic crisis, there's two ways that you can get out of it. You can either retrench, you can downsize, or you can expand. Fort Hays State University is going to expand because we have the right people, we got the right stuff in people to be that destination of choice for those students who wish to have a superb education at a very affordable tuition. And we're going to continue to be that beacon of hope, that lighthouse on the plains that Fort Hays State University has always been. And so we will, the challenge was to continue to look, to continue to make the difference that they do each and every day. It's not just to attract the students here. As we said last year, we needed to shift the culture from one of just merely access to one of completion. It's not just to get them here, it's to get them across that finish line so that they can add to the economic engine of the state. But it's also because it's the right thing to do. These parents trust us with their most precious possessions, and they trust us to love them, to nurture them, to educate them, to instill in them the wisdom that the faculty have, to instill in them the integrity, the honor that you see throughout this campus, displayed through faculty and staff, the work ethic that they see that we have here. And so we take that responsibility very seriously, and that was the challenge, and I know that they're up for it.
Not just survive, but thrive,
Absolutely.
as the headline said. Part of that is a welcoming as family to the new freshmen, and there are quite a few events that took place with that. Walking the bridge, the candlelight, talk about some of those.
Well, you know, we started that last year, whereby faculty and staff lined the street from the Jellison Bridge over to campus, and our students, our freshmen, will walk through that Jellison Bridge with their student leaders and segregated by major. So you had the signs of political science, of education, of nursing, and so on and so forth. And you had the bright smiling faces, and it's almost a rite of passage. It's a rite to understand that the other side of the bridge is the student life. It's the personal life. But now that you've walked across that Jellison Bridge, you're going into the academic proper. You're going where the halls of wisdom are housed. And so it's very symbolic. It's also very neat when you think about it to have a line of people, all of whom are screaming their head off, because I was there, and by the time I came back, I'm going, hello,
Including the president, yeah.
You know, and it's great to be able to see those smiling faces. And then, of course, you know, that first weekend for freshman orientation, we had a candlelight ceremony in I guess it would be the back of Picken Hall. And the candlelight ceremony is also significant because the candle was lit from those student leaders who have been here a while. And so they're passing the torch of knowledge, the torch of responsibility, the torch of honor, the torch of integrity to the students. And so the senior leaders lit their candles, and then they pass it on, and they pass it on, and they pass it on, and they passed it on to the freshmen. And then we walked around Picken Hall to the front, to the fountain, symbolizing the fountain of knowledge. And then at that point we read and we affirmed the Tiger Pact, which was created last year by a committee of students and under the leadership of our own very own Keegan Nichols. And the Tiger Pact, in essence, says, I'm a tiger. I belong to a strong and unique family who strives for greatness and success. I instill integrity and confidence within others as well as myself. I incorporate honesty and responsibility in all I do because I'm the future. And these kids are the future. And so we want to make sure that they know that they're coming to Fort Hays, yes, for an education, but within these halls, what we practice are our values, and those values are what we hope and we pray that they take out in the world when they leave us, which is the honor, the integrity, the respect for others, and they understand that.
Not just an education, but some life skills as well.
Yes. It's the values, you know, it's the values of who we are as an institution. It's the values of who these students are, the values of their families. But they have been taught those values at home. Now it's our responsibility to continue to nurture those values and to show them and make them understand the importance of living the value. There's a difference between living your values and saying that you have them. And by practicing them, by living them, by modeling them, what we hope is that they will take them and embrace them, and they will make them their life's value. And so again, back to the convocation, not only will we survive, we're going to thrive as a university, because it's those values that make us distinctive, is our resilience that makes us distinctive, is our work ethic that makes us distinctive. And that's what we're going to show and scream throughout the world.
And boy, the numbers really increased from year one to this year, didn't they?
They have. You know, last year when we had the candlelight ceremony, I don't know, we might have had 200-300 kids. This year, I know we had more than 900, and it was very forceful and very impressive to see all these lights of hope come up and be walked around. And you can imagine, after all, we are in Kansas, so there was wind. Surprise, surprise, right? So between the back of Picken to the front of Picken, those lights must have gone off multiple times. But you know what was really neat is that one person who had the light left, everybody was going to them and saying, can I relight, can I relight? And then the light would relight again. And that's the beauty of knowledge. You know, when I was a faculty member and I used to teach, it's interesting that we have kind of the same tradition, because I used to say to my students, the leaders instill in others the vision, the passion, so that they take it on themselves and it becomes theirs. And I used to give the metaphor of, you know, if this room were pitch black and I had a candle and I did the candle, then obviously the light of that candle will kind of surround my face, and maybe if you were close, a little bit of yours. But if I gave everybody in the room a candle and I lit yours and you lit his and he lit hers and so on and so forth, all of a sudden the room would be lit with the light of knowledge, and I didn't do very much other than to pass it forward. And that's what we did on Sunday. we pass forward that light of knowledge, that light of honor, that light of wisdom, that light of we are here to not just obtain a superb education, but to grow and become good men and women of character. So I'm very proud of our faculty, I'm very proud of our staff for bringing these bright minds here to Fort Hays State, and I'm very proud of our students who made Fort Hays State their destination of choice.
Well, now you issued a challenge to the staff and to the faculty. What is the challenge for President Martin for the semester of 2016?
The challenge is to continue to stand firm in the winds of adversity, to continue to showcase the values and to live the values that make Fort Hays State University distinctive, to continue to spread the word about all that is great and good about Fort Hays State. We are the greatest well-kept secret. We are the hidden jewel that lies in the plains of western Kansas. And I am committed to making sure that people throughout Kansas and throughout the United States know who we are and what we have to offer, and the resilience and the values and the strength and the commitment and the love and the dedication of the staff and the faculty and our students at Fort Hays State.
Well, now you're president of Fort Hays State, but you're also a mom. So to the incoming freshmen, as a mom, what did you and John tell Patrick and your daughter in that freshman year?
Well, I told them what I've actually told my kids here now at Fort Hays State University, and that is to live with passion, to dream big, but to commit to making one better decision each day. One better decision about academics, one better decision about their faith, one better decision about their time management, one better decision about alcohol abuse. You know, I've quoted to them the fact that the Center for Alcoholism states that there are over 1,800 deaths on college campuses per year related to alcohol abuse. That's 5 deaths per day on college campuses. That's a totally tragic and preventable statistic. And so I've asked the kids to please make one better decision about their future. They blink and sometimes they make stupid mistakes. You know, there's one, only in my opinion, there's only one perfect being who ever walked the earth, and I'm certainly not he. And certainly these kids, when they're 17 and 16 and 18 and 20, they do stupid mistakes. And sometimes those stupid mistakes have significant consequences. And so I want them to think, and it's difficult, before they act, but always to commit to making one better decision each day. And that's my message to our freshmen as a mom. That was our message to Patrick and Catherine. And of course, aside with that, we said to them, and you only have one name, and you protect it dearly.
Very serious as a mom there. All right, let's talk about this new campaign that's coming up here. You brought an example of this. Fort Hays State is about to engage in a large campaign.
Yes, we are. And, we've got billboards throughout Kansas. And one of the things that we want to make sure that we do is, as people drive, that they see the Tiger Gold on our billboards, and they immediately know that's Fort Hays State University. And then there's a message, and the message is laden with people and with situations, so that, you know, depending on the community, we try to put the right message in that community. And so this will be going out down south, and it's to attract the Hispanic population. And of course, the heading is going to be Somos Familia, we are family, because that's who we are. And it displays, I think, very visually the sense of family, the sense of touch, you know, the sense of unity that we are here at Fort Hays State University. So as you're driving throughout the state of Kansas and Colorado, look for our Tiger Gold signs.
And this will be coming soon
Yes, sir.
to a billboard near
to
you.
a billboard near you, absolutely.
Any other campus news? There is one thing I wanted to mention before we leave, and that's a salute to your brothers who, after the big windstorm and all of the campus damage, with 100-degree temperatures, they really stepped up. Another
Yeah.
example of the commitment your staff has here at
To
Fort Hays.
family. You know, they are truly the
Better tell them about your brothers, first of all.
Well, my brothers, when I first came to Fort Hays State University, almost, 25 months ago, how time flies. You've
Yeah.
been putting up with me for that long.
Third year now,
Starting
yeah.
a third year. I woke up on July 1st, which was my first day at Fort Hays, and there were these banging on the walls. And I'm going, what the heck is going on? This is like at 7 a.m. in the morning. And, you know, I had gotten up and had my robe on to come to work. And I opened the door. I don't have any makeup on. My hair is straight in rollers or what have you. And I see these guys. I mean, they had like deer in the headlights, and I probably was deer in the headlights. Like, hi, so very nice to see you. What the heck are you doing here? And it's like, well, we're the construction crew, and we are dismantling the university house. And it's like, but we can come back if it's convenient. And I said, no, it doesn't bother me. You know, that was a godsend because I got to know those guys for the next 6 months, day in and day out. And when they left, I missed them. And I still miss them. I keep telling them that I'm going to break something in the house to get them back to the house. Actually, I did break something because in the windstorm, the university house fence went down.
Oh.
And yes, it was going to be replaced because it was all rotten. But, you know, I just kind of laughed at them. I said, I told you I was going to break something down so that you could come back. But, you know, these gentlemen really have become, I call them my big brothers. They're part of our construction crew. They're incredible gentlemen. They are kind and they're hardworking, as are the rest of our faculty and our staff. But to your point, you know, these staff, facility, the custodial, the construction, we have the privilege to work in these nice offices with air conditioning. They don't. If it's snowing, they're out there. If there's snow on the ground, they're shoveling snow by hand. That's hard work. If the winds bring down trees, they're out there going ahead and getting it out. And it's not just the men. We also have a lot of ladies who do that, and it's hard work. And they are truly the unsung heroes of this university because, as you said, when the storm came through, it looked like a war zone. I remember walking the campus about 6:30 in the morning. The storm woke me up, and I did what every Kansan does. I thought, I wonder if it's a tornado. So what do? I went outside.
Well, you go outside to
Of
look.
course.
Naturally.
You know, that's exactly right.
Welcome.
You know,
You're fitting in very nicely.
So I went outside, and the wind is going every which way, and it looks. This looks more like a hurricane. I didn't think that Kansas had hurricanes. And then after it stopped, I walked the grounds, and it was awful. It was just awful. I mean, we were very fortunate that we didn't have anyone hurt. The students weren't here yet, but the campus looked like a war-torn area. And these staff went out, and like you said, in 100% humidity, which is very unlike Kansas, in 100-degree weather, they went, they cut, they threw away, they pulled away, and they made our campus our home. So I am forever indebted to them.
Fort Hays State University President, Dr. Mirta Martin, our community connection.
Thank you.
Angels Care Home Health, serving Hays and the surrounding areas, is a Medicare-certified home health agency providing quality skilled nursing and restorative therapy services to patients in their homes.
And the Angel Care nurse comes to see me once a week.
Angels Care is there to help 24 hours a day, and all services are covered 100% by Medicare for patients who are eligible.
Angel Care has helped to stay home.
Angels Care Home Health, We serve patients.